Hello Aquarius, Moon Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Aquarius, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Aquarius, let's get started. How does Aquarius currently view this relationship? Ooh, okay. I like this. I really do like this. Okay, cool. Kind of looks like you finally decided to like release something out of your life. And the moment that you released whatever this thing was out of your life, it kind of looks like your life drastically changed, but it looks like it drastically changed for the better. Now, don't get caught up in the gender because nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. You're just harnessing a lot of masculine energy right now, but it has a lot to do with the fact that right now you're very focused on you, as well as your goals and the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, hence why you're harnessing a lot of masculine energy right now. I just kind of feel like for a while you found yourself feeling like you weren't in control of your life. And now that you released whatever this thing is, out of your life, you feel like you're back in control of your life all over again. I don't know. I feel like you were a part of something that caused you to feel very confined and very restricted. It could have been like a marriage that made you feel this way, or a relationship, or a situationship. Yeah, but whatever it was something that had like a massive hold on you. But now that you've officially, released whatever this thing is out of your life, this thing doesn't have a massive hold on you anymore, which I really, really love. I love that for you. Okay. How does this person currently view this relationship? Let's see. Okay. We have the Fool, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we also have the Four of Cups to the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like there's somebody here that's trying to like forget about you. Now it does kind of seem, easier said than done. I mean, I am definitely getting that, yes, it does seem easier said than done. I do feel like this person has been trying their hardest to keep themselves extremely busy / occupied, possibly with work or maybe something that they're extremely passionate about. But yeah, I just kind of feel like this person's bummed out, dude. I feel like this person's extremely bummed out when it comes down to like whatever happened here between the two of you. Let's be nosy. Let's look at the Four of Cups, shall we? Right now, I just kind of see this person very focused right now on themselves, their job, their career, their business if they have one, things of that nature. But tell me more about the Four of Cups. Oh, man. We have the King of Wands. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we also have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Whatever happened here between the two of you, has this person never wanting to like take another person seriously, ever again. It's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah. It just kind of looks like, moving forward, they have zero intentions of like, running off into the sunset with someone and just simply taking, a person seriously, ever again. It's like they never want to like fall in love ever again or take a person seriously ever again. It's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. I am definitely getting that this person really did want things, to work out between the two of you, but for whatever reason, it just didn't. It kind of looks like you guys were both like forced to just let this go. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that things started getting really bad between you and this person. I mean, the Tower is linked to the Devil, which could very well represent a very toxic and unhealthy, environment, relationship, marriage, situationship, whatever have you. So it kind of looks like because things started to get really, really bad between the two of you, and it was starting to affect the both of you in a very, very negative way. It caused the two of you to just feel like you guys both have to let this go. And it kind of looks like that's exactly what you guys did. It doesn't look like you guys wanted to let this dynamic between the two of you go. It just kind of looks like due to the circumstances, You know, you guys felt like you guys had to just let one another go. Okay. How does Aquarius currently feel? Okay. 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 Deep down inside, something's telling you that this person's going to come back. Like there's just something that's telling you this person's going to come back. I don't know if you're like receiving like intuitive hits or downloads or what the case may be, but man, something's telling you this human being is going to like attempt to like wiggle their way back into your life all over again. But it kind of looks like this time around, you're very determined to not allow that to happen. I want to see why that is, so that way I have a rough understanding of what's going on here on your behalf. But let's look at the Four of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like the primary reason why you're very determined to not accept this person back into your life, if in the event they do decide to resurface back up here for you, because currently we don't see this person taking action in your direction. What we do see this person doing is trying their hardest to forget about you, even though it's kind of hard for them to forget about you. I just kind of feel like there's a lot of things that like are reminding this person of you. I almost want to say on a regular basis, like on a daily basis. There's something that's like constantly reminding them of you over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know if this person works with somebody who has the same name that you do, or what the case may be, but I'm getting that this person's reminded of you on a daily basis. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. The reason why you are very adamant on not revisiting this connection ever again is because you feel like history is just going to continue to repeat itself all over again. You know, things are going to be fine / good between the two of you in the very beginning, and then boom, everything's going to go, you know, south between the two of you, because that's just kind of what it has been like, you know, within this dynamic here between, you know, the two of you, and you're very determined to not go through that ever again is what I'm getting. You know, right now you find yourself in a really, really good place since you've freed yourself from this person, which was a very hard thing to do. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the both of you were extremely heartbroken to walk away from this, but it just became a little too much for the both of you, you know? So I am getting it broke your heart to walk away from them, and it broke their heart to walk away from you. I mean, we have to kind of take into consideration that, you know, you're showing up as the King of Pentacles. They're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, regardless of everybody's gender involved, because gender really does not matter when it comes down to tarot, okay? And I really do mean that. When I used to do personal readings, I don't do that anymore. I did a reading for my brother one time, and he kept showing up as a Queen of Cups. And he's like, but I'm not a female. And I'm just like, it has nothing to do with that. But anyways, gender really doesn't matter. I promise you, it does not matter. Anyways, yeah, so ever since you freed yourself from this person, man, like life has just been treating you well, honey, which I absolutely love that for you. You know, you're out here definitely making moves, which is something that I really do like about you and your energy. You're just taking full advantage, you know, of this moment that you currently have. Right now, you find yourself in a really good place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, as well as, you know, financially. Because you are at peace, I am definitely getting that you're getting a lot more done versus when you were with this person. So I don't know, maybe this dynamic between the two of you, it brought so much stress and chaos and dysfunction to your life that it was so hard for you to focus on getting that degree you've always wanted or making your dreams a reality. Now that you have that peace that you did not have when you were dealing with this person, man, it's like you ain't wasting no time when it comes down to making the moves you got to make and doing what you have to do is what I'm getting. Okay, so with that being said, now we know, okay, why you refuse to accept this person back if in the event they do decide to resurface back up here for you, but something's telling you they're going to come back. And I'm also getting that a lot of people have also said this to you, that they're going to come back, that they're going to run, you know, after you. We'll see. How does this person currently feel? Okay, come here. Okay. The desire when it comes down to this person, you know, wanting to run back to you is concerned, it's definitely at an all-time high. Okay, well, wait a minute. Hold on. But they're fighting it. I will say that. They're definitely fighting back the urge to call you, fighting back the urge to text you. I just feel like this person, man, I just feel like, and I feel like it goes both ways, right? Like, I feel like you invested a lot, you know, into them and your relationship with them. And it does appear to me that they invested a lot into you and their relationship with you. I just kind of feel like this person's having a hard time accepting the fact that it's over, right, between the two of you. I feel like this person, you know, kind of reflects back on like all that they gave, right, when it came down to you and their relationship with you. For it to all just come to an end, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with them. It's like they want the amount of time, energy that they invested into you and this dynamic that they share with you to like, you know, count for something. You know what I mean? But now it's kind of causing them to feel like, man, like I did this and 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 this for nothing, you know, and that just doesn't sit well with this person. Let's look a little bit more into the Seven of Wands. Let's see why they're fighting it as far as like calling you is concerned, texting you is concerned, running after you is concerned. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. They're primarily fighting the urge to call you and or text you, primarily because this person feels like you want nothing to do with them anyways. So I don't know, maybe you told this person, you know, when this tower moment occurred here between the two of you, I never want to see your face again. Okay? Do not call me or text me ever again in your life, okay? Like, maybe you said something along those lines, you know? I also feel like this person's under the impression that you're a lot happier without them in your life, which is also leading them to think, believe, and feel like they ain't gonna want nothing to do with me. Yeah. Eight of Wands in the reverse. So this is kind of why this person's deciding, maybe, just maybe, it's not a good idea to reach out, because they don't necessarily think that they're going to get the outcome that they want anyways, you know? The bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and then we also have the Strength card in the upright, and then we also have the Page of Swords, ooh, with the Six of Cups in the reverse to the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Another reason why this person feels like if they were to contact you, it would be a complete and utter waste of time, is because I am definitely getting, you know, that this person, you know, they did make, you know, their poor decisions and or mistakes, whatever you want to call it, in this dynamic that they once upon a time, you know, had with you, which is causing them to feel like, yeah, I really don't have a fighting chance here with Aquarius. You know, I lied to them many times. I disappointed them many times. You know, I failed them many times. They're not going to want anything to do with me. Okay. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. Let's just, ooh, wait a minute. What was that? We got the Five of Wands. Okay. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. Now, the reason why this person does want to take action in your direction is because they do perceive you and what they once upon a time had with you as something worth fighting for. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Empress. Yeah, they do definitely look at you as somebody worth fighting for. Yeah, the Chariot, and then we also have the Justice card. The reason why they also want to gravitate towards you is because they much rather fix and repair things with you and salvage their marriage with you and a relationship with you than to start over. And it's because they don't feel like they're ever going to find what they once upon a time had with you within someone else. They don't feel like they're ever going to accomplish, achieve, and or build what it is that they were able to accomplish and achieve and or build with you. So they have their reasons, you know, they have their reasons as to why they want to come back. They also perceive you to be somebody, you know, and I feel like that was like the heartbreaking part for the both of you, because we can't ignore the fact that you guys showed up as the King and the Queen of Pentacles. For those of you who don't know this, the King and the Queen of Pentacles are considered to be perfect for one another. They're considered to be the perfect partner card. Okay. And you guys are showing up as the Emperor to the Empress. I mean, come on, you know? if we like eliminate, right, all the crap that the both of you been through with one another, you look at this person like, oh my God, like they're perfect for me. And they look at you like, oh my God, like, Aquarius is perfect for me. But because we're human and we're all imperfect people, I do feel like there was certain things that you found yourself going through with this person that you weren't a huge fan of, vice versa. And it just kind of looks like, the bad started to like outweigh the good in this entire situation. That's what kind of makes this entire situation so unfortunate, because I don't feel like neither one of you wanted this ending to happen between the two of you. I just kind of feel like you really wanted this person to just be the perfect person for you, but it just kind of looks like they kept disappointing you in some way, shape, or form. And I am definitely getting it goes, both ways. And I just kind of feel like, over time, this relationship just started to kind of get the best of the both of you, unfortunately, in a very, very negative way. But it sucks. It really does, because it looks like the two of you are really, really perfect, for one another. I mean, the Emperor to the Empress, these are two people who work very well together, as a team. So it just kind of sucks, that it didn't work out in the end between the two of you. And I feel like it's because of, you guys' differences, although you guys are extremely compatible, you guys did have your differences. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. What actions will Aquarius take towards this person? Okay. We got the devil out here. And the devil is linked to the Tower, which is linked to your relationship with this person. I feel like you're being presented with an opportunity that's very hard to say no to. Let me dissect this a little bit more, okay? Because whatever this opportunity is that's presenting itself to you, it's linked to them in some way, shape, and or form. Let's look into it, shall we? Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we also have the Tower again. I mean, this energy coming out here, I kind of feel like you knew, okay? You knew that eventually this would happen, right? Eventually they would resurface back up here for you. And that's kind of what's happening here, okay, Aquarius? I do see this person resurfacing back up here for you. You're not resurfacing back up here for them. They are definitely resurfacing back up here for you is what I'm gathering. And it is stemming from a place of them wanting to, like, come back together, have a conversation, in hopes that maybe, just maybe, you guys could work it out, As far as this opportunity that's presenting itself to you to like work it out with this one over here and get back together with this one over here is concerned, there's like this big part of you that's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you know what's going to happen. Don't do it. But then there's that other part of you that's like, but it's so hard to say no, though. It's so hard to say no. Okay. What actions will this person take towards Aquarius or moving forward? I mean, we already know what this person's going to do, but I do see this person deciding, okay, to break their silence, okay? You will be receiving communication from this person, but you will be receiving communication from this person from afar. So they're either going to text you, call you, email you, send you a letter, honey. I mean, who sends people letters anymore, right? But you know what I mean. You're going to receive communication from afar. Now, with that being said, okay, they're going to express to you, what they want, right? Which is to, work things out with you, fix or repair things here with you, pick up where they left off with you, things of that nature. They're going to express to you why they're back, okay? They're not going to beat around the bush. They're going to be a straight shooter about it. I just feel like this person's kind of scared and worried when it comes down to like your response, okay? Because the ball, technically speaking, is in your court. They could want to get back with you all they want, but you could always decide in the end, nah, I ain't trying to do that. You know, and I feel like that's kind of like the nerve-wracking part for this person. Let's look at the Nine of Swords. Let's just be nosy. Tell me more about the, yeah. That's what they're worried. That's what they're worried about, is that you're going to like turn around and shut this person's like offer down. Basically. You know, I would love to know what you're going to do actually in the end, now that I think about it. Let's look at the, actually, no, let me see the ultimate outcome here. I would like to know how this ends. What's the outcome here between Aquarius and this person to the right of me? What's the outcome? Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Seven of Cups, and then we also have the Chariot out here. Okay. In regards to the ultimate outcome here between you and this oh, and you guys are showing up as a King and the Queen of Wands. Very interesting. So that's kind of telling me this one has a very, very hard time staying away from you, because you guys are showing up as a King and the Queen of Wands. The King and the Queen of Wands are kind of known for having a very difficult time staying away from one another. It kind of goes both ways, to be honest. I just kind of feel like someone's better at staying away than the other party. When it comes down to y'all, especially y'all, I say this a lot about Aquarians. I feel like Aquarians are like the cool exes. Like, y'all know how to leave people alone for the rest of your life, okay? Doesn't matter how much it may hurt you guys to stay away from that person. Y'all will stay away from that person. So, don't get me wrong, I think that you have a hard time staying away from this person. I just think that you're more disciplined when it comes down to staying away from this person than they are. They typically cave in every single time is kind of what I'm gathering. Anywho's, when it comes down to the ultimate outcome, I don't see you telling this person yes, but I don't see you telling this person no either, okay? I feel like you want to continue to remain on the path that you're currently on, which is a path of you focusing on you, your money, you know, your independence, your goals, the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, and, you know, what you want to do with your life. I do see you, however, very curious to see, you know, if this person has changed, or not. Now, depending on how they play their cards will determine how you play yours. If this person has shown you that they have not changed whatsoever in the ways that you've been wanting them to basically change, you ain't gonna waste you're not gonna waste any time. You know, an Aquarius's cutoff game is phenomenal. You know, it's wonderful. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's impressive. Okay, like the moment this one over here shows you that they have not freaking changed, you ain't gonna waste no time when it comes down to cutting this individual out of your life. So I do see you entertaining this while still kind of focusing on you and what you got to do. Like, I don't see you accepting this person back into your life fully until this person has proven to you that they've essentially changed. Another thing too, though, I feel like you're going to allow a lot of time to pass before you allow this person back into your life fully. Because one of your concerns when it comes down to this individual is, what if this person is just walking a fine line for now, you know, to get me to like fall back into love with them, or to get me to like accept them back into my life fully. You see what I mean? So your whole thing is you want to drag this out for as long as possible, which I do. I like that, Aquarius. I'm learning something fucking new, okay? I'm learning something new here from you. But you're going to drag this out for as long as possible, okay? Like, you're not going to give this person a day or two to prove to you if they've changed. Nah, you ain't doing that. Like, you might drag this out for months to see if they have actually changed or not. Because at the end of the day, a person can only fake for so long, until they, reveal themselves to be a phony, right? So that's how you're going to play your cards. You're going to drag this out for months. And if this person has, definitely proven to you that they've essentially changed, then, you'll go about this entire situation the way that you see fit. I don't think this person's expecting that from you, though. I don't. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to feel about this one. How is this person going to feel? I'll take it in the reverse. We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse to the King of Cups in the reverse. We also have the 10 of Swords in the reverse to the 10 of Swords in the upright to the 3 of Swords. Then we also... The way that you're going to play this is going to cause this person to feel like you're not really serious about the two of you getting back together. You got, that apparently you're not serious about the two of you really working things out with one another. But I do see them, going along with it either which way. I think that this person knows you ain't playing anymore with this one over here. You ain't playing with them. You're not playing with them anymore. Like, they know. So even though they don't like the way that you're choosing to go about this, it kind of looks like they're just gonna, like, suck it up and just go with it. You know what I mean? Just go along with it. Even though they don't necessarily like it. I'm also getting that it makes them very uncomfortable, the way that you're deciding to go about this. And I feel like the only reason why it makes them uncomfortable is because they are, according to what I'm seeing here, this person is, for the most part, I feel like when you guys do experience like an ending with one another, there's that type of person that will like run right back to you and you'll just accept them back into your life with open arms and y'all just go back to normal like nothing ever happened. You ain't doing that shit no more is kind of what I'm getting. And I feel like that's like the part that makes this person uncomfortable. I'm kind of curious to look into the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to look into the 3 of Swords to see what comes out. Tell me more about the 3 of Swords. The reason why all of this makes them, a little uncomfortable, it has a lot to do with them essentially feeling like, for one, you're not really serious about working things out with them. And well, for two, like, they're kind of like looking at you like, oh no, something ain't right here. Like, why is it that Aquarius, like, doesn't want to just like accept me back into their life with open arms? Like, why don't they just want things to go back to the way like it used to be? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's up with that? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you guys used to share a place together. And now this one over here wants back in. Well, you ain't doing that. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not accepting this person, back into the home that you guys once upon a time shared. If anything, you're going to be like, you stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. When we get some, spare time, we'll see each other, go on dates, we'll hang and stuff like that. But you stay over there, okay? And I'm going to stay over here. I just don't feel like this person likes the idea, of you stay over there and I'm going to stay over here. Like, it kind of has this person feeling like you're hiding something, you know what I mean? Like you're like you're up to no good. Now, I'm not getting that, okay? I'm not getting that whatsoever. I'm not getting that at all coming from you and your energy. I just kind of feel like you're just choosing to kind of play it smart this time when it comes down to this person. So it's one of those things where it's like, they're either going to get with the program or they're not going to get with the program. And even though I do see this person not necessarily liking the way that you're choosing to go about this, I do see them just going along with it because at the end of the day, they do want you back. They just don't necessarily feel like this is going to help you from like seeing if they have actually changed or not by like, not picking up where you left off with them or not going back to the way things used to be between the two of you or going about this entire situation the way that you guys typically would when you guys break up and get back together. But I think that you think that this is, the best way to go about it. So that way you get to see for yourself before you turn around and invest all that you have to give. if this is somebody, you know, who has, you know, essentially changed or not. And depending on what you discover will determine how you play this, you know, is what I'm getting. All right. So with all of that being said, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your